Support for this podcast comes from the St. Alphonsus Neuroscience Institute, offering technology to provide treatment for neurological, neurosurgical, and neurointerventional conditions. This includes a dedicated neurotrauma ICU for critical care of the brain or spine and a 24/7 stroke team. More at stalphonsus.org.
Since Boise State Public Radio was founded, students have been an integral part of day-to-day operations.
Hi, this is Sydney Roberts, and I am an intern in the accounting department. Working at Boise State Public Radio has helped me find that accounting really is what I'm passionate about.
You can fund our student programs with your generous gift on Bronco Giving Day. Learn more and support at boisestatepublicradio.org.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. Should a moment of silence be required in every Idaho public schoolroom? Plus, what's the future of that registration sticker on your license plate? It is Monday, the 23rd of February. Here we go with today's stories. At the Capitol, a Republican legislator says he is hoping to introduce a measure today that could reinstate the Assertive Community Treatment Program. The program, also known as ACT, has gotten a lot of attention over the last couple of weeks because of Medicaid cuts that gutted the program. And this month, health officials are pointing to 3 deaths of people, each with a severe mental illness, each had depended on that critical mental health service. Providers say the deaths were preventable. And since the cuts, Idaho crisis centers say they have seen demand for clinic services increase dramatically since the home service care has been cut, and the cuts have also ended peer support services that help people navigate mental health treatment. Republican Representative Ben Furman from Bingham County says he will introduce a measure that would reinstate the program, which he estimates would cost the state about $4 million annually. And we're expecting to see that proposal to surface as early as today in the House Health and Welfare Committee. A bill requiring a moment of silence to start every day in Idaho public schools is now headed to the full Idaho House for its consideration. And Troy Oppie tells us about this proposal.
The legislation is modeled after nearly 36 other states with similar requirements. It demands teachers offer time for students to engage in silent reflection of their choosing. It has the support of religious leaders like Boise Rabbi Mendel Lifshitz.
The moment of silence has a proven track record. States that have implemented it, which run the gamut from Massachusetts and New Jersey and Rhode Island to Texas, Florida, and Tennessee, have all seen declining and lower juvenile crime rates.
The bill does not allow teachers or students to coordinate or direct any religious activity during a moment of silence. Democratic Representative Sonia Galaviz, a teacher, did not support it. She urged caution linking the time to behavioral outcomes and called the requirement an overreach.
It should be within the purview of the educator before their students to know when is the right time and how we bring mindfulness and thoughtfulness into the classroom.
The bill passed the House Education Committee Friday on a 10-4 margin, with Republicans Michael Veely and Jack Nelson joining Democrats in opposition. Troy Oppie, Boise State Public Radio News.
Here's something to consider in your morning commute as you're staring at the license plate in front of you. There is a proposal to eliminate those registration stickers on the license plate.
You'd be surprised at how many vehicles don't have the sticker on their license. Some of them are covered up by a bracket, and some of them you just can't read.
This is the sponsor of the proposal. He is GOP Representative John Weber of Rexburg. House Bill 533 would remove the requirement that vehicles display that registration sticker. Law enforcement would check the registrations electronically.
And advances in technology lends itself to where we're moving in the right direction.
So the measure has already passed through the House and the Senate Transportation Committee. It is on the agenda for when the full state Senate gavels back into session this morning at 9:30. In McCall, law enforcement say there needs to be a change regarding those who gather in their community for the 4th of July.
We want to create a community-friendly experience different than what we've seen in the past.
This is the McCall Police Chief, Dallas Palmer, briefing the McCall City Council with data on recent years, saying the city's Lakeside Liberty Fest has, on a number of occasions, not been too inviting.
We really saw a great increase of disorderly activity, criminal activity, a lot of minor consumption issues, a lot of the disorderly assault, battery, fight-related issues.
So Chief Palmer stood before the council to ask McCall to help shore up security for this 4th of July.
We would look to hire a team out of the Treasure Valley area that's well-versed in dealing with these sort of issues and works jointly with law enforcement regularly to help out.
So council then asked for a security contract so that there be a formal agenda item at a future meeting so that McCall citizens can weigh in on the matter. Voters in our region say they are increasingly concerned about the state of public lands, that heading into the midterm elections. Rachel Cohen will tell us more about the results of this new survey.
The 16th Conservation in the West poll by Colorado College surveyed more than 3,000 voters of both parties this January from the 8 Mountain West states. More than 4 out of 5 respondents say public lands, water, and wildlife are top factors in deciding their vote. That's on par with other key election issues, says Lori Weigel, one of the pollsters.
Like the economy, healthcare, and education, conservation is clearly right in that mix of important issues.
Weigel says it's increasing in importance, up 10 percentage points from a decade ago. The poll also suggests growing support for conservation among Republicans. About 2/3 now say protecting public lands is more important than maximizing energy production, up from about half in 2019. And Republican opposition to public lands funding cuts is up from last year. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Rachel Cohen.
Just taking a look at some of the specifics of the poll, Wyoming voters had our usage of fossil fuels at the top of their list of concerns. And in Idaho, 41% of respondents said the inadequate water supply is a serious problem. That's it for The Connector. I'm George Predis. Wow, things are really coming fast and furious over at the State House. You can stay in touch by subscribing to our legislative newsletter. It pops into your inbox every Monday. Check it out. Subscribe at BoiseStatePublicRadio.org. I'll be back here tomorrow. I hope you will too. In the meantime, thanks for listening.
Hi, it's Terry Gross, host of Fresh Air. Hey, take a break from the 24-hour news cycle with us and listen to long-form interviews with your favorite authors, actors, filmmakers, comedians, and musicians, the people making the art that nourishes us and speaks to our times. So listen to the Fresh Air podcast from NPR and WHYY.